And welcome back to Farmstead for tonight's edition of MLE Esports. We are in the big weeks now. We are coming towards the back end of the season, and with the gameplay currently reaching a fever pitch, as we already see on screen here today. I am your host, Fall, and I'm bringing you some great action over this time in the Foundation League, and joining me for some wonderful, wonderful games, I feel, is one of the best casters I've ever had the privilege of casting with. I'm giving you all the compliments because you deserve it. It's Stage, everybody. This man is wonderful and I absolutely love him. Stage, how are you feeling after that absolute mind-boggler of the last series?
I am feeling brain scrambled, and I am feeling just absolutely in shock and hoping that we get the same quality of competition out of the Pirates and the Comets. Yeah. Additionally, I am wishing that my controller wasn't broken at the moment. Makes it hard to practice Rocket League.
Well, speaking of controllers that work really well, I've got a Power A one right here. You know, this works pretty well. I mean, you can go check them out. They are a very valid sponsor of MLE Esports, and a wonderful brand of controller. This one has served me well for 6 months so far and hasn't broken, which is surprising considering how much I use the right bumper. But speaking of other things that don't break, what about this Foundation League series? We've got two teams that have struggled to find their feet, but one player that really in particular has never really broken in terms of his playstyle is Particollector, main feature of the Pirates roster so far this season, and a very strong player who will be joining us here today on the field and performing alongside inebriated Yupa. A big matchup for the Pirates. They find themselves out of the playoffs, needing a big win. Do you feel like this is a roster that can definitely pull off that win?
I'm going to tell you, I think it's going to be very, very competitive, but I feel like it's going to be very difficult for the Comets to really compare to Particollect's shooting in particular. Particolect has almost a 500 shooting percentage, which just is so incredibly high, even for Foundation League and the defense that you expect. So we really need to see a lot of midfield play, a lot of control, and a lot of aggression out of the Comets to prevent those shots from coming out.
And then on the other side of the field, you've got Otaku Expert, I believe, or otherwise known as Ota, and Scruffy Lobo, a pairing here for the Comets FR roster that has seen a fair bit of action. 4 series played between them collectively. 2 lower salary players, an 8 and an 8.5 respectively for Ota and Scruffy Lobo. But really, a very balanced playstyle between the two players, with Ota barely taking the edge in terms of MVPR.
Absolutely. And I think that given the amount of games that those two have played together, this is going to be kind of the classic dichotomy of chemistry versus the, superstar factor. I think that the Comets have a lot more chemistry between them. I think they have a lot more potential for passing plays and communication. And I think that the Pirates are going to be trying to kind of move a little bit more in the direction of solo playing and the traditional elements that you think of when you think of high-level 2s, but brought down to the Foundation level.
Yeah, and as we get the players onto the field for game number 1, it's all to play for here. Hopefully we don't get a shootout like we did last time. It's a good start for the Comets off the kickoff. Inebriated Yupa looking to play the ball towards the midfield, but Scruffy with a great read there, taking it away from Particolect. Now looking to try and take it around the backboard, but Particolect again equal to it. Now trying to dribble this one forward. Has half a tank of boost. Will get the pass over, but bumped away slightly, touching the ball away from his teammate, and the attack will immediately break down. Now Scruffy trying to send this one forward. A good 50 into the midfield from inebriated Yupa. I need to find a way to say his name short. I'm just going to go with Yupa from now on. Scruffy, we're going to send this one forward, but Yupa is there on defense and will clear it out of his own corner. Attempt to get it past Otaku, but will get demoed instead of getting the ball, and the Pirates able to try and control this one. 45 seconds gone. No real advantage for either team so far, but a lot of battling in the midfield.
I feel like there's a lot of the rotational elements coming out of the Pirates. Particularly Yuper feels like a distinct outrider for their team, where Particolect is able to play a lot more of the solid foundation, I guess you'd say, for the team, no pun intended, with the league. But a little bit more consistent, so willing to let Yuper take his shot, shoot his shot, and prepared to follow up.
Now an opportunity to try and get another opportunity here. Particolect on just off target, sorry. Otaku will clear it away, and Scruffy now trying to control it in the midfield. Can't find the touch, but Otaku's there with boost. Will send it towards the net, gets the 50. It's up in the air, but Yupa with a good challenge gets it over the last defender. Maybe a chance for a goal here, but cannot find a way to put it on target. Paraclek now gonna make the touch, tees it up in front of the net, goes for the bump, and a great clear from Scruffy as he gets demoed to keep that one out. The Comets survive by the skin of their teeth. Now Otaku on his own on offense, maybe looking to pass it into the midfield, will do, and off the bar and out from Scruffy. Yupa will clear it away. Both teams very unlucky to not have got the opening goal so far, but really, it's anyone's game already.
Comets there, drop a shooting star in front of the net, just barely cleared away, trying once more for an opportunity. The Pirates set sail for the other side of the pitch. Get a good 50-50. That will be going back to the Pirates side. Otaku starting the tip a little bit, but Scruffy, unfortunate ball touch, is going to have that be moving back to his own side. Otaku tips it in towards center. No shot available just yet. And Particolect trying to race backwards, looking to defend against Otaku. The smoke screen, but the ball is off target, out by the far post.
Yupa now looking to try and control it. My apologies, I'll take this from now. Scruffy clears it up onto the side wall. A good opportunity there from the Comets, but they just aren't able to get that shot on target. Now maybe looking for another one. It's an open net. This time they cannot miss as Otaku buries it home. And a good goal for the Comets to get the first one here in this series.
We've been seeing a lot of the aggression out of Comets. We've been seeing them start to stretch the defense a lot, but that was the first time they really had the opportunity to get the ball on an easy vector for the goal. Scruffy may find another opportunity here if he can get some juice behind it, but Particolect does race in to challenge here. That's going to be giving one more shot for the Comets before the Pirates should take full possession.
Particolect clearing it down the field. Yupa, limited boost to work with, chasing down the field. Will get the boost still at the back. Tees it up for Particolect, but he'll take it for himself. He wants the stats, he wants the goal, and he will get it. Bangs at home all by himself, and a great little play to take Otaku out of the game and then put it home.
And that's what I'm seeing right here so far, is the Pirates are being a little bit more of the solo play-oriented team. And that's honestly a fantastic strategy for twos, so long as you have the trust in your team to be able to make the backwards rotations and handle this. Oh no, a beautiful set off the near post, and Otaku will close that point out to squeak a lead on by.
Yeah, great little pass there from Scruffy to get the ball to Otaku, and then Otaku burying it home. A lot of love in the chat for the Comets right now. I mean, to be fair, they are one of the teams that have a lot of very good human beings on their team. A lot of players that have a lot of personality and a lot of love for them. And really, I have a lot of love for them as well. They've been a very good team this season in terms of just keeping themselves active and keeping themselves around the chats, having a bit of fun with other teams. And really, they are a wonderful, wonderful team to watch and really just know as people. An opportunity comes out for them, but Particolect will 50 it into the midfield. Now Scruffy, bit of a free touch here, will go for the shot. It's on target, but it's weak. Particolect will clear it away. Otaku, though, able to read that chance and gets another shot, but Particolect will keep it away again. This time, however, the angle is found from Scruffy, and there is nothing that inebriated Yupa could do to keep that one out.
That angle, that cut was absolutely insane, and that's the kind of thing that you do see often, those low percentage shots in Foundation League being executed that are really hard to read as being shot opportunities. So the Comets do widen their gap a little bit with that, and it's a very, very good opportunity and a great play from Scruffy Lobo to be heads up about that.
Yeah, now an opportunity maybe for the Pirates. They've got to try and get off of that defense. They've been sat with zero boost majority on their own back end for the last 2 minutes. They've not been able to get anything going. Now, a chance to clear the ball away, but Yupa can't get any oomph behind it. Particolect will clear it down into the Comets' half, but again, Yupa being the one to chase with no boost in the tank, not able to do anything with it. Gets the touch onto the sidewall, but again, takes himself out of the play in the process. Particolect, the last defender back, a pinch there from Otaku around the net. Nothing will come of it yet for the Comets. Particolect, though, a good clearance, but he's bumped away from the ball. 10 seconds on the clock. They've got to find a goal now, otherwise they will not have a way back into the game one. And with that clearance from Otaku, I think that one may have sealed it. the Comets will take game number 1 here in this 5-game series, and a great start for them.
The piece that I noticed about the Pirates so far is Particollect is an extremely patient player, and that's something that often serves Foundation League players extremely well. There's a lot of mistakes, there's a lot of overcommittals, over-rotations, and whiffs in Foundation League, and a lot of, like, the pubs that he's probably playing at his level. But it isn't something that you can really do, being over-patient like that, when you are against a team that is as consistent as the Comets have been showing themselves to be. They're getting those aerial touches, they're getting a lot of things on target, and they're catching their own rebounds, so the Comets are able to maintain this pressure, able to put 10 shots out during the game, and even if only 3 of them go in, that's still a lot of pressure for a patient player like Particollect to handle.
And in the case of the Pirates, my apologies, they've found themselves being sat on their own back end for so long, unable to grab any boost. It's already been taken by the Comets in their really good rotations on offense, keeping those Pirates on such a tight sort of almost a noose that they're hanging them by. They're keeping them strangleholded in their own half and really cutting off that boost, so stops them from breaking out. It allows them to find a way to dominate the field, take the wins when they need to, and really that is exactly what they need. They are currently sat at a 13-18 record if we counting this last game win. They really look like they need to take home a 5-0 if they're to push on for playoffs, but you know, everything to play for, and as we get game number 2 underway, I'd love to see the Pirates get back into this one.
I think that we might be starting to see that. But Comets getting it deep into the Pirates' territory with an open net. Unfortunately, Otaku not able to come away with the good angle on that, so Scruffy Lobo has to fall back, take it out of his own backfield, and beating 2 aggressors. He will do that, getting a shot on target. A miracle save from Particollect.
Absolutely amazing. I've no idea how he got back for that one to keep it out, especially here in Foundation League. This is Diamond 1 and down level of play, and then he does that to tee up inebriated Uper. Absolutely amazing from Particollect to get all of that level of play and just to give the Comets an absolute headache on defense and on offense.
I tell you what, even looking at that play from the commentator's booth, I was getting a little bit dizzy with just how well Particollect was able to keep the ball moving off of that initial save. Otaku expert starting to get his own aggression, though, looking to chase the air dribble, gets an air 50, but the ball is going to bury itself pretty deep into Comets territory, and Scruffy Lobo way out of the play. Unfortunately, Particollect coming out a little bit shy of the cut he needs, and Scruffy Lobo may be able to find this one towards the net. Otaku contesting, but Particollect is there to knock it away first. Ball stuck in midfield once more.
Oh my lord, I thought we were about to see a double tap in Foundation League. The heavens would have opened and sent forth a play that no one expected to see. Another opportunity goes begging for the Comets on offense. They need to start finding a way to put these ones home. They have that pressure. They have their ability. They know that they can score. They're just trying to go for something fancy. Maybe a Player of the Week moment. Here, Player of the Week, of course, sponsored by Bulls Rana, and a good attempt there from the Pirates, almost doubling up their own lead. It feels like there's been a lot of play that's really turned up from the Pirates here, but a mistake there from Particollect will tee up Otaku to bang home that goal and equalize the game.
This is exactly what I was talking about before with some of the patient play, with some of the consistency that we get out of the Comets. The Pirates are trying to be patient, being very committal to when they want to go after the ball, but the Comets are just being consistent. If they get the ball, they're going to continue their dribbles, we even saw some air dribbling coming out of them in Foundation. So, I think that you really can't afford to be patient as the Pirates. You need to step your tempo up, and that's what Inebriated Uper is doing right here, getting the touch off of his teammate, dipping it far down into the Comets' territory, but Uper has to try and find Particollect, gets the drop pass out deep and high, but that's just digging into the corner once more.
And one of the ways to turn up your gameplay, I always find, is to put some tunes on. Whilst you're coming with your teammate, having a couple of banger songs in the background to really hype up your gameplay. And right now, I feel like the Pirates have got some APM music blasting in their ears. It turns up your content, it turns up your gameplay. And right now, they've turned up to this game too. But they are 2 goals to 1 down now as Scruffy Lobo buries that one in the back of the net.
The Comets have definitely turned this one up as well. Just a beautiful fly across. Scruffy Lobo crossing the net and catching the angle to put that one in around the Pirate keeper.
Yeah, there's very little you can do there unless you are able to read that first touch. It's very hard to read a pinch, especially at this level when you're really not expecting it to come out from players in an intentional manner. It's one of those things where you're expecting one thing and another thing happens, and that is, come on. Oh, he's made the save, but he won't be able to keep, well, he will! Both of them fake each other out. The Comets players are able to capitalize on an opportunity. Otaku now desperate to find the goal, and he almost puts it into his own net. The temperature in the room just turned all the way up, and the pressure, the pressure cooker's gone all the way up to 11 right now. Why are we cooking so hot with all this gas, and still the Comets cannot find a goal?
Pirates starting to make their own aggression, but overcommitting now. You've got no gas in the tank for Uper. Particulect racing back, trying to get out in front of the net. They pinch it away. Not a lot of juice on it, though, just up the net. And this one rolls out in front once more. Particulect behind the ball, gets it around Otaku. Tries to push this infield, but nobody's home. Scruffy Lobo will take it away. A couple of whiffs in the midfield, and suddenly Particulect digging it back into the Comet side once more, looking for the shot. Not a lot of mustard, doesn't need a lot, but Scruffy is there to hold on to it anyways.
Back and forth gameplay here from both teams. They are throwing the kitchen sink already. We're in game 2. Come on, lads, what are you doing? We can't be throwing the playbook out the window already. We've got so much more game time to play. 1:04 remaining. An attempted ceiling shot backs off there from Scruffy. Knows he's not going to be able to hit it. Particulect, though, now. Bit of control here would be just what he needs, but he gives the ball away to Scruffy, who will now look to try and pass this one to the midfield. He'll pinch it instead all the way back out to the midfield line, and Otaku will be forced to try and bring this one back in towards the middle. Will do so, but again, it's a mile over the net and onto the far side of the field. The Comets can't seem to find that sweet spot when it comes to passing the ball to the mid.
Comets getting a lot of that right-left ball, especially off these pinches and the magic 50-50s we're seeing. It is doing a great job of starving out the Pirates of boost, but it's not doing a good job of finding the net. However, when you've got a 1-goal lead, you can get away with something like that. Otaku getting a little fancy in the air, trying to redirect that towards the net, but instead, just opening up the opportunity. There's no boost in the tank for the Pirates, and unfortunately that challenge is going to slow roll in for one more Comet goal.
Yeah, great little read there from Otaku, pinching it off of Particulect's car and into the back of the net, rolls in off the far post. It's one of those things where you sort of read, you have to try and read that sort of a play before it starts developing. You read the Particulect's going to dive on the inside. Particulect almost getting a kickoff goal to immediately cancel it out and keep the Pirates in game number 2, but this one will touch the ground at some point in the near future as Scruffy takes this one down. Both teams looking strong, but the Comets looking stronger. They take a 2-game lead here in this series. Not going to take it in 3, and really, it's been off of the back of Otaku's amazing goal-scoring capabilities and Scruffy's consistency in helping tee them up.
Now, I want to just make a quick little call out on the last goal that we did see there by the Comets. Just the 50-50 where it just pinch and rolls down the open field. I like to call that one, and some people will call me out for this, I like to call that a barbecue goal because it's just slow, it's low. It's the kind of thing that you should be able to save, should be able to take off the heat, but it ends up just being a nice little sweet, savory playmaker that just turns your game up that much more.
Sorry, I'm smelling some hot sauce. Anyways, back on target. That barbecue was cooking, especially towards the back end of that game. We had a lot of good plays coming out for the Comets. They weren't able to find it every time, but really, it's the fact that they were able to put as many shots on target and have put on as much pressure as they have been, really has been just... It's been surprising, to say the least. I thought the Pirates would come in and be the stronger team here, especially with a player like Particulect on their team, but really the Comets have been surprisingly well, consistent and very well-mannered in their gameplay. They're not throwing themselves away and not throwing away shots, as that one almost finds the back of the net from Otaku. Really, it's just been a case of... Sorry, I had a hiccup there. It's just been a case of a good, strong, solid performance from the Comets, and the Pirates have had no answer.
And I think this really does kind of give away what is the foundation for success at this level of play, is just good teamwork, good chemistry, good trust. We talked about how Otaku and Scruffy have had a lot of games together, and they're playing like it. They're playing like their comms are absolutely effortless. They're playing like Otaku can chip that one in from midfield around any defender and just find the open net with no problem.
Love the demo play. Realizes Yupa's out of position, immediately dives at the shot, and the placement of that is a banger shot. He was cutting the ball from the far side of the field into the goal. It's a very tough shot to read, especially at Foundation League level. The fact that he's able to put that one in with such consistency and such poise as well, it's very difficult, even for players at Champion League and Master League levels. Oh, Party Collector's done him dirty though, and will immediately undo that goal.
So like we said before too, Party Collector is a very patient player, and this is starting to turn into a little bit of the moves that we saw a lot from the last match, the Championship League one, where the Merc was doing a lot of the very patient plays, a lot of the axle breaking, and I like the fact that it is a bit of a callback to there, a lot of the same techniques being used to great efficacy in Foundation League.
Yeah, now the Comets are going to try and clear this one away. Otaku will chase this one down, catches it, and gets the 50. That one's centered towards the box. Scruffy Lobo's there, but a shot over the bar. Particlick trying to clear this one away, but again, Otaku stealing the boost, getting the touch. Particlick forced with 0 boost to try and clear it. A double commit there from the Comets, but Yupa with 0 boost has to try and run across the field to make the touch. He can't get it on target. Both defenders back will keep the pressure up. Particlick is there to try and mount some offense of his own. He also has 0 boost. It's a game of zeros right now for the Pirates, and they really need to find a way to manage their boost better and keep the Comets from stealing boost everywhere. Otherwise, we're going to have more situations like we have game 1 and 2, and Scruffy almost buried that one home. The Party Collector, great defender again, keeping himself very, very cautious on that goal line, prepared for anything, and right now, he is keeping the Pirates in this series.
Like Uper was trying to risk a ceiling shot there, but yeah, backing off of it, and a lot of just very conservative play out of the Pirates. This positional, the recognition of how important positioning is for them, and their committal to the ball when they do move into it, is leading to them being boost starved. Party Collector racing back, getting right out in front of the redirect from Otaku that would have otherwise turned into a lead-scoring goal. But now the Pirates on offense, the infield pass to Party Collect, getting broken up by the Comets. Now Lobo in the corner. Uber getting the good touch off the corner, forcing Otaku back, looks for a pinch, instead just getting in a little bit of anemic touch. But it's going out to the midfield, and the Pirates will be able to continue their play on low boost once more.
I'm sorry, I got completely caught up with the chat again, because whilst the gameplay is great, the chat always adds to it, and that's why I love Twitch, and I love watching the stream back on Twitch, because the chat always makes the game so much better. The only drops is the barbecue sauce, so please use a napkin. Right now, Yupa trying to control the ball. He will lose control of the pitch from Otaku again. We'll find the back of the net. That's twice in 2 games, and that is exactly what the Comets needed.
Another one for the Comets. This could be leading into a 3-0. Fallen, I gotta ask, because we're starting to see the underpinnings of it. Could we have 2 consecutive 5-0s in a night? Is that even allowed?
I'm praying not, because one of the times I was on a stream, and this is a genuine true story, whilst this goal almost goes in. We'll get back to that in a second. Otaku, what was that save? Oh my lord. Yupa misses the ball. I would miss it too. I'm completely flabbergasted. How has that stayed out? Now Scruffy Lobo coming on the offense. Otaku trying to center this one. We'll get the boost nicked away from him, but Yupa's got nothing to get there. Particlick forced to clear it away. But I was on a B stream one time, and this is a genuine story from this season. There were 4 5-0s on a B stream. Every game was a 5-0. It was it's the amount of like poor scheduling that went into that game. That series, those 4 series, is kind of insane. How we've somehow managed to create the most one-sided night. Yupa, what a banger from the midfield! Oh my lord, sends that one home. The Comets have no way of keeping that out. Ties the game up 2-2.
You don't see that power of shooting very often in Foundation League. He reads the bounce perfectly and just puts the mustard on it to nail that to the upper shelf as well. Like looking to contest this off the kickoff. Instead, getting beat by Scruffy Lord. Scruffy Lord finding the backboard instead of the net. And what a read by Partiklek to save that and allow Uper to roll this one down and put the barbecue sauce on.
Uper is finding a way to score. He's finding a way to put these shots finally on target. And as soon as you see that chemistry start clicking with the Pirates, the goals start mounting up. They're starting to take the Comets defense and tear it apart. And right now, I am yet to see a team look as good on their day as the Pirates FL team. They are looking so good for an FL team. Partiklek tees that one up. Oh, Uper misreads it slightly, and it's going to fall to the Comets. Can Scruffy get there in time? No, he can't. The ball will not go into the back of the net just yet. Uper with a good clearance away. Partiklek not necessarily trusting it, but just going either way to make sure. Now another opportunity for the Comets. They've got the ball deep in the Pirates' half. They've got to get a goal in the next 10 seconds to take this one to overtime. It'll be Ataku going forward. He'll pinch it back to Scruffy. Scruffy tees it up, but it's backwards. That is now hovering in the midfield. It would take a minor miracle to go in, and it will instead hit the floor. The Pirates will take game 3. We don't have a 5-0. We've got a series.
That we do. The Pirates, if they want to take the series, need to make the reverse sweep. But the brooms are not back in the closet yet because it is available for them. We can see 2 more consecutive games from them for them to come back up, to hoist the mizzenmast, and to raise the Jolly Roger over top of the Comets. I don't even know how that works with elevation, but just trust me.
I feel like we're running out of puns here, I'll be honest with you. it feels like we've gone too deep into the puns. We've gone down the well, we've got a bucket, we've pulled ourselves back up, Batman style. We've risen, and unlike me, who apparently I have 3 L's in my name.
Well, we've risen and then we've fallen again.
I have 3 L's in my name. Hold up.
I'm
just looking at the stream. I have 3 names in my Hold on. How has no one in chat called this out yet? How do I have 3 L's in my name?
They're listening to you. They're not looking at you, Fallen. That's the fact of the matter.
That's fair.
They're listening to you.
I wouldn't look at me either, I'll be honest with you. Either way. A great game so far from both teams. Hey, it's fixed itself. Thank you. Stupid in chat. Member of the Comets team has just gone, Fallen carries the L so we don't have to. or the fire right now is undeniable, but it's not as good as the fire on the stream right now. This fire gameplay coming out from the Pirates and the Comets. It's opportunity again for the Pirates. Can they keep this series alive? They've got to win this game to take us to game 5. It's game 4. It's 2-1 Comets currently, but the Pirates, they are looking strong. Finally getting a game win in game 3. Can they keep it up? Not with Ataku scoring goals like that. You cannot do this in Foundation League, Ataku. That's illegal.
You can tell he's been putting the free play and the training time in, getting the rotation out to cut that one perfectly, even taking a lot of the juice off of it and just letting that bar down.
I'm just shouting at our broadcaster to change my name. Either way, focus on the gameplay, people. It's better than whatever drama's going on behind the scenes. Nataku will clear this ball momentarily, but Uper diving in, gets the touch over him, doesn't have much boost to work with, and Scruffy's pinch will clear it all the way to the midfield line, where Partiklek waits, tries to get the touch past one, but he cannot get it past Ataku, who will now try and mount some offense of his own. The Pirates are slowly being pushed into their own half, but a good clearance there from Partiklek almost found its way past Ataku. Now Uper, not able to find the touch that he wants. Neither is Scruffy. Ataku will be there to clean it up, however. A little bit of a cheat play going on right now for the Comets. One waiting back, just waiting for the touch. 50 is up into the air. Ataku is there, but he can't find the target. And a minute 10 gone. There's still 1 goal up, but the Comets, they're going for 2, and they will not find it.
Oh. The one thing that I gotta call out too for both of these teams, and we see it really play out on that goal attempt, is we're not seeing the dump and chase playstyle that you see in a lot of Foundation and low Academy League play. Instead, this is a lot trying to get the control, trying to maintain at least a semblance of... Oh, taking the shot out of there.
You didn't see it coming, did you? I don't think the Pirates did either, I'll be honest with you. both Huber and Podicek not getting the best recoveries off the backboard and just finding the angle is Scruffy to put that one home. It's 2 goals to the good now for the Comets. They are looking very good here in game number 4. I think we're about to see the game that ends the series, I'll be honest with you.
It's distinctly possible, but the Pirates may be able to come back from it. They get a lob from downtown and jam it in.
I saw it coming. I'll be honest with you, as soon as I took off, I saw it coming. I was like, wait, hold up, that's going in. Podicek finds the back of the net, just like he has all series long. A great goal for him, and a great way to keep this series close. He knows he has to keep game number 4 close. He has to take game number 4. And whether he has to take Yupa into a backpack to do it, he will do so. He will put him inside of a Pokeball. He will carry him all the way to victory. All the way to, I genuinely don't know any more Pokemon references, I'm sorry.
The Elite Four? I don't know.
The Elite Four, yeah. Well, the Elite, I don't know if the Elite have an FL team. I think they only have a PL team. Someone correct me in chat. They will know. They will know. Anyway, opportunity here for the Comets, and that one will find the back of the net. A great shot from Scruffy. Low. I've been told I've cursed it. I'm not sure where I cursed it, I'll be honest with you. But a great 50 there from Scruffy to get that one in the back of the net.
The Scruffy there just kind of exemplifies a lot of what I was talking about earlier. There's a lot more of the focus on positional play from these 2 Foundation League teams. They're not just dumping the ball away and trying to race them to it. Instead, they're focusing on more being in the position that they think the ball is going to go to. They're trying to make the midfield reads and see where the touch is going to go and be in position already to handle it, which means you have a lot less power behind it. You have Particlect racing over top and
Lord.
Stealing this goal away. What a move!
That is what taking a team and putting him on your back looks like. You may not like it, but this is peak male performance in the dominance of all cars. Not even an Octane, not even a Fennec, not even a Merc like we've already seen tonight, which in itself is an odd choice of car. But you know, the dominance, it's underrated for a reason. It's kind of goated when it comes to just being quick in the air and quick on, you know, 50s. But Taku now going to try and find the back of the net with the Fennec and will send it home over the top of the last defender. Immediately takes the goal back for the Comets.
Otaku just good positioning, good read on his teammates' play, and Huper not quite able to get in front of that ball. It just bounces just inches over his head. A tough break for the Pirates here.
Yeah, and really you've got to feel bad for them. They've been trying everything to keep themselves in this series, especially after Game 3. You saw such a positive end to that game as Particlect will again! Oh my lord, he's turning up! Particlect buries that one home with a long-range air dribble all the way from his own half, taps it down for the bounce shot we're going to go with, and sends it home. How do you keep that out?
Particlect is doing a fantastic job of answering everything that the Comets can put out at him. But it means that you're still giving up 1 goal for 1. Another possible opportunity. The Comets not quite able to turn on that. Scruffy just missing the read. Particlect trying to dribble in again, trying to put his teammate on his back. But instead, you may have opened the gate for Otaku. Otaku missing the redirect. This time, Scruffy goes over top, takes the bounce shot, and 1 more for the Comets.
The Comets are playing spoiler right now. They do not want this to go to Game 5 with the series still on the line. They want to get this over and done with. They feel like they should have got it done in Game 3. Now they know they should get it done in Game 4. They've been playing brilliantly all series, and with one exception to their game in Game 3, they've been the best team on this field. Not considerably, but just about. They've been getting the goals that they need to. But now, an opportunity for Particlect. If he can get there quick enough, he can't. Scruffy diving in to save that shot to keep their Pirates 2 goals down. Now Otaku maybe looking for something fancy. He doesn't even need to hit it a second time. It's straight in. 6-3 Comets.
Comets starting to really break away at this point. That lob from Otaku, even with the follow-up, it's very difficult for Foundation League players to get the read on that, to get the mobility that you really need to get out in front of a lob like that when you're coming back from offense. Particlect off the wall, trying to make it past Otaku. Otaku whiffs. The ball's not quite on target yet. Scruffy puts it off of the far post, and oh no, just barely clipping near Uper almost putting that one away. Instead, now the Comets get their opportunity to resume the offensive. An awkward touch from Otaku and an awkward touch from Uper, and finally Particolect gets that away. Otaku setting up the Pirates, and the Pirates will take it one more from Particolect.
Yeah, Otaku in a poor position there, didn't get the rotation he wanted to get behind that ball, and Particolect just reading it perfectly, diving in, making the clear. You have to remember, this is still Foundation League. Whilst we get amazing goals like the ones we've seen all series long, you're still bound to see mistakes. These players aren't the same consistent levels that a lot of the players at pro level are. And right now, really, this has been some very high quality FL gameplay either way. Particolect looking to try and clear this one away. He doesn't find the touch. Uper doesn't either. And Scruffy will just pick up the scraps. Will find the back of the net once again. It's his 4th goal this game, and it's the 7th one for the Comets. They lead by 3 with 36 seconds remaining. Can the Pirates get back into this?
I think you've really got to talk about Otaku's role in that last play, because he was just bullying around Uper. Uper stuck on the ground, and getting dribbled about by Otaku meant that he could not contribute to that play whatsoever.
Now another opportunity maybe for the Comets. Uper trying to clear it off his backboard. He has 20 seconds to try and send this one forward. The Comets double commit, but Scruffy just sort of teeing that ball up away from the Pirates, but Particolect will send it up. It's high. Particolect doesn't have the boost to read it. Uper will get a touch, but it's not going to go anywhere, and the Otaku will spin out Particolect. He can control it if he wants. He's choosing not to. Pinches it up. This is the series decider, and the Comets will take it in 4. A great win for them, but we aren't done yet. We still have Game 5 to play, but they are in a very strong position as of right now.
We need to see, I think the X factor on the field is definitely Uper. We saw Particolect turn everything up, just like the exact kind of play that we would want them to see. But Uper was having a bit of an off game, was doing very well in the first 2 or 3 games, and then just had a bit of a slump. If we see a reset from Uper, I think the Pirates can take Game 5.
Yeah, it's definitely going to come down to Uper. We've already seen Otaku and Scruffy have been playing at the top of their game all series long. Otaku taking advantage of positional mistakes and rotational mistakes from the Pirates, while Scruffy is just tearing the defense apart and forcing them to make those mistakes to tee up his teammate. Meanwhile, Particolect has just been able to beat anyone at any time, at anywhere, really, and that's just sort of his role. He knows he's mechanically able to beat people whenever he needs to, and right now he's doing just that. He's arguably the best player on the field. He just needs Uper to step up. Needs Uper to find that form that we saw in Game 3 that took the Pirates to their first game win in this series. If he can find that, then the Pirates, they can take 2 games and they can come out of the series with their heads held high.
And to be clear too, I don't think that Uper has been dropping the ball. I think that Uper has been playing phenomenally, but we have seen them pop off. So all we need to do is just see one more game like we saw in Game 3, and that can be a respectable series, if a losing one for the Pirates.
Yeah, and every game matters in MLE. That's why we play all 5, because you never know when that one game win will determine whether you make playoffs or not, or whether you come away with a W at the end of the season. If you're able to pick up that win, but a poor defensive touch again will tee up Scruffy Lobo, just allowing him to get another goal to his name. I don't think Particolect meant to touch that one, but the Dominus hitbox is not flat enough to keep that one away from the ball. The Comets lead again here in game number 5.
Feels like we're just seeing the same verse that we've been seeing a whole series long. The Comets getting the early lead, a lot of aggression out of Scruffy. Scruffy goes up though, gets beat in that 50-50, barely saved by Otaku. Rammed forward by Uper, and this means that everybody is stuck on the back wall of the Comets side. Racing forward, it's off to the races now. Particolect trying to stall this out, goes high up over top and barely near post. Bouncing away down midfield. Will this be the return opportunity? That will not find the net, chipped inward by Uper. Or by Particolect, I'm sorry. And Particolect does get the equalizer.
I love how as soon as we call one player wrong, the hype goes out of the play. But a great goal there from Particolect, finding the net, getting it over both defenders who were diving in to make that save. A great job from him, and a great bit of composure as well from him and Yupa. Yupa to get the touch, to put the ball in that position, and Paraclek to actually put it away. It's very hard when you feel like you've got all the weight of the world on your shoulders to find that angle, to find that goal. Scruffy not able to find the ball this time. A bump, however, onto Yupa will keep both of them at the play, and then a bump again onto Yupa, who did steal that back boost. Now Scruffy, though, a good 50 over the top of Paraclek, cannot find the touch. Yupa will look to clear it away into the midfield, touches it to the halfway line. Paraclek to dunk onto Otaku. That's going to roll in front of the net here, and I don't think anyone's there for the Comets. It was Scruffy, just touches it away, and Yupa not able to find the goal that he needs so desperately to find that confidence again. Will be bumped into a 50, and that may have been beneficial. The Pirates now on a counter-attack. Paraclek teeing it up in front of the net. Yupa's there, and will find the back of the net once again. Yupa is the goal that gives the Pirates the lead.
That breaks the slump as well. Yuper coming in clutch on the beautiful setup from Paraclek. The Pirates here in striking distance of closing this set out and turning it into a 3-2. As close as you can get it in MLE.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can get Game 5 overtime. That's as close as you can get. But, you know, either way, it's so far a wonderful, wonderful game from the Pirates. They've looked like almost a rejuvenated Pirates. Yupa looking absolutely amazing. It gets demoed for his efforts as soon as I bring him up, but he's doing a good job so far. Scruffy forced a pinch out one across his own net. Otaku now just going to sit back and let Scruffy do his work, but Yupa with a good challenge. Didn't really expect to win, I don't think, there. Got the ball either way. And right now, it feels like the Pirates have a little bit more field control than the Comets do.
Most definitely. We're seeing the comms. Oh, no!
Oh.
Otaku just trying to wrap around that one, rotate back into position, not expecting that bounce to be on target from Paraclek.
Yeah.
Suddenly, this lead looks insurmountable.
Yeah, I mean, well, not insurmountable. We've seen 2-goal leads crumble like sand castles. But right now, as I was saying, as one goal goes flying in off the kickoff from the Comets, that lead crumbles like sand in a hand that's not been molded with a bit of water. You know, it's that sort of a one. You've got an 8-year-old on the beach, and they just put they put it down, and it just falls apart as soon as they pull it off. There's nothing really that they can do at that point. But the Pirates still much more impressive from them. Definitely applying more pressure, getting that field possession. A boost still there from Yupa. He'll dive in and get the ball, maybe get the mid boost as well. He will do, realizing that the Comets want to come forward. Him taking that away forces them to slow down their offensive push and allows Paraclek to get there and for them to set on defense. It's a two-pronged move there, and it's very smart.
Yuper doing a great job of controlling so much of the boost on the field, constantly getting these steals. Now going forward, taking the point position, bumping his teammate a little bit though, so they have to rotate back. Otaku looks for the shot, not coming away with it just yet. Instead, catching air, and Yuper starting to drive forward. It's beat by Scruffy. Paraclek looking to lob up again, and a little more friendly fire means the Pirates are once again on their back foot, and the ball rolling up the backboard, centered out by Scruffy. Otaku looking for it, comes out quite wide. Paraclek on 0 boost, challenging the ball, stalling it out, gets it past 1, gets it past 2, he's got no boost. Otaku trying to play this mechanic shot. One more, there it is!
He did it! 12 boost in the tank and finds the back of the net. He does it with a bit of help from Otaku, but we'll count that all as his goal. An absolutely brilliant play from Paraclek. You got to be thinking he has no idea how that's found its way in. But still, a 2-goal cushion now, with less time on the clock, unless the Comets are immediately about to answer back, which, to be fair, they might do. We've seen it happen before. Right now, the Pirates are in the driver's seat. They are completely in control of this game, and they're looking to take 2 away from this series.
The Pirates are trying to board the ship of the Comets. Scruffy sends it downfield into Pirates territory. That could be a mistake, though. And good clear away by Paraclek. He's chasing this downfield. One more for the Pirates will show up on the board. And they have definitely raised the Jolly Roger over this game.
Yeah, one of the things I just want to bring up as a almost a thematic tie-in to Game 1. We had the Comets had dominated boost in Game 1 and 2. That was one of the things that they were so good at doing. They were stealing boost, they were keeping the Pirates completely starved. As Particleg makes it 6, this game basically out of reach of the Comets now. But coming into Game 4, Game 5, the Pirates so much more even, and then Yupa in Game 5 here, stealing boost at every opportunity, controlling the field all by his lonesome, making Particleg just have so many open opportunities against players that have nothing going for them in terms of boost total. It's that level of development, of understanding how your opponents work and being able to correct your own style of play to work with it, that really defines what makes a good Foundation League team. And whilst the Pirates aren't going to come away with the series win here no matter what happens, they are coming away with a very positive ending to this series, at least as of right now. An opportunity here though for the Comets, and Ataku will put it away. A poor rotation there from from Yupa, and the Pirates will be forced to drop a goal of their 4-goal lead.
Every point does matter in MLE. The point spread will be determined as a tiebreaker in the event of identical series scores, etc. But I think even more of the important thing to take away from this as we're thinking about the Pirates and the way that they play, I'm tempted to call them what I like to call a download team, where they are a little bit slow to start, but they start getting a read on the way the opposing team plays and answering that in a much more reactive sense as this Game 5 will close down.
But yeah, I honestly, I've really enjoyed watching this series, and it was a wonderful series. As the Pirates take game number 5, they will move the series to a 2-3 in favor of the Comets, who will come away with the series win. And really, now both teams are sat, I believe, at the exact same games record. If I'm remembering it correctly, it should be 15 and 20?
15 and 20 for both teams, yes.
15 and 20 for both teams. Both teams needed a little more in this series, I feel like, to really cement themselves as a playoff, potential team. But still, both teams will be happy with getting games out of this series. Both teams coming into it really needing to get at least 2 or 3 to really push themselves upwards. And with how volatile Foundation League is, with rank outs and players improving consistently all the time, you never know if these players are going to be around next week to partake for their Foundation League team again. I say next week, we do have a bye week for the Foundation League and the Premier League boys next week. But looking ahead, we do have more games here tonight, and I'll let you take over for this one and let us know what's coming up next.
Alright, so here on MLE2, we will be seeing a Premier League game coming up in just a moment between the Eclipse and the Wolves, and then later on we will also see the Academy Tyrants versus Pandas. But in the interim, as we leave and you'll be getting a new team of casters coming in, we are going to be presenting to you the Balls Guarana Play of the Week for Week 6.
Week 6?
So stay tuned for that and enjoy some fantastic action.